to go for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome back to Hook on Web3 Mastery Space with our next partner of our Hook 2.0. So, I'm Aris, your main host today. So, we are so honored to welcome Zeta Chain, an EVM compatible layer 1 that connects everything. Build the apps that span any chains, including like Bitcoin and other chaining as well. So like maybe access all the chains from one place. So today is great chance for us and all of our audience to like understand more about the solution from one of the best layer one foundation in the blockchain sector. So we just launched the space, so keep your seats warm and stay tuned as we welcome more fantastic audience to join us. And don't forget to spread the word to your friends. Give it a like, a retweet, and as usual. So please click like follow our speaker account, like Alex and also Dennis here, and also we have like Zeta Chain account maybe later on. So then please like one more time just to remind everyone. So you can click to follow our speaker today and also our Zeta Chain like our partner and also Hook Protocol X Twitter account as well to get the latest updates of everything. Okay, so the topic that we're covering today is the simple, fast, and secure omni-chain blockchain. So it's our honor to have like our guest, Alex, the business development, and Dennis, our head of developer experience, joining us today. So hi, Alex and Dennis. Welcome to our warm space today. And can you have like open the mic and give it a quick intro about yourself first, and then the mind-blowing world of the data teams. So who wanna go first? Alex or Dennis?
Sure, I can start. Hi everyone, my name is Alex. Based here in the US, business development here at ZetaChain. Previously worked for several Web3 startups and moved over from my time from Binance as well. And finally here with the ZetaChain team. Been here for a couple months now. So right now we're just really focused on building out a really strong ecosystem and really bringing in smart contracts over to Bitcoin and continue to grow our ecosystem as well.
Perfect. Welcome. So next to you, Dennis.
Hi, my name is Dennis. Happy to be here. I've been a long-time contributor to the Cosmos ecosystem, primarily focusing on developer experience and developer tooling. Joined ZetaChain a bit over a year ago, also working primarily on tools to streamline the development process for dApp builders, as well as tutorials, documentation, DevRel, pretty much everything to kind of smooth the learning curve and ensure that dApp developers have the best experience possible.
Perfect, awesome. I think that all of you guys already in our like Web3 markets for a long time. So we are so excited to know more about the things that you built in the Web3 for more the audience here to understand. So don't wait the time for more so we can come to the first part of our discussions, and then maybe in that time a lot of people will come to like to hear more about the information. So for the first one, like I want to ask for Alex because we talked too much like for a long time before. So can you have like give us and also the audience a quick introduction about Zeta Team, like a more detail a bit, and the achievement of Zeta Team to now?
Sure. So we're an omni-chain L1 blockchain, and a lot of people get really confused by this. What does it mean to be like an omni-chain layer one, right? So pretty much what we're able to do is connect to any chain, non-EVM, EVM as well, regardless of smart contract language. So right now we're connected with Bitcoin, ETH, and BNB. So theoretically, we could connect to any non-EVM chain like Solana, Dogechain, whatever, and also some other L1s and major L2s. But as of right now, we do support Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB chain. So right now, what the current multi-chain experience looks like for developers is they launch one smart contract on every single chain that they deploy on, and oftentimes it's very tedious. And it's a business model for most of these projects, right? However, it creates a lot of user fragmentation, liquidity fragmentation. So for every chain that projects deploy on one by one, they have to source liquidity for that chain, and there's different asset baskets on every single chain. So let's say that if you were to deploy on one chain and another, that same asset or gas asset may not be available on one other chain. So it does create a lot of confusion. So what ZetaChain does is we fix this by being able to introduce omni-chain contracts. So what omni-chain contracts is, it allows developers to launch one smart contract on ZetaChain, and it's immediately cross-chain compatible across all of our connected chains. And you only have to source liquidity just for ZetaChain to manage all your assets for all of our other chains. And it allows you to save time on a lot of different multi-chain deployments. So anytime ZetaChain does integrate a new future chain, these projects are also future-proofing themselves by also saving themselves time from integrating another future chain as well. So in a sense, this is what we do. And we also enable native swaps. So right now, users can actually cross-chain swap their Bitcoin to other native gas assets that we support, like ETH and BNB, natively. On ZetaChain, we don't have any other wrapped assets. So this is quite revolutionary as well. We do eliminate centralized Bitcoin like Wrapped Bitcoin and BTCB and other centralized Bitcoin as well. And we do bring these use cases to Bitcoin by allowing users on Bitcoin to use EVM DApps and EVM functionality.
Perfect. Okay, so as I can understand, so one of your revolutionary is to create a bridge of the all assets for every builder to cross chain with ease, and we also bring a lot of user experience, the good thing and the better things, for all of the user and also for the builder as well. Good to know for this. And can you share more a little bit for the achievement till now, regarding about the ecosystem, like how many builders right now? And apart from the chains, like you already mentioned about BNB, like Bitcoin, Solana as well, EVM and also non-EVM. So what are the big things about the achievement of ZetaChain to now? Like how big about the ecosystem for the builders and also for large user base? So user excited to know more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been on testnet for a while now, and we actually launched mainnet not too long ago, about January 31st. So a month and a half ago, we launched our mainnet. So right now we're live on three chains. So this is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB, and these are the chains that we're connected with and do support on ZetaChain. So since we launched up to now, we've had a lot of significant progress. So we've had about 1 million plus monthly transacting users. We've had quite a significant number of cross-chain swaps as well. And so far we have over 250 plus DFs in our ecosystem as well, and we're continuing to grow it out. So what is our main achievement till now is really bringing the DeFi to Bitcoin. So even with some of our native DEXs, users are able to connect your Bitcoin wallet like XDeFi, the one that we support now, and you're able to cross-chain swap into other native assets like native Ethereum or native BNB, or even Zeta, which is our gas token as well. And you're also able to use that in our ecosystem. So the biggest achievement is really bringing the smart contract functionality to Bitcoin and being able to give users a choice, more choice of what they want to do with their Bitcoin from what was just hodling and just holding your Bitcoin. So now we're able to bring that functionality into those native Bitcoin holders as well.
Awesome. So I think it's a good kickstart before we have all the mainnet coming so soon, because you already mentioned that now maybe your ecosystem open for the Bitcoin, is and also BNB, for example. So they have a lot of user base. So that means if we can kickstart from maybe three chains first, so we can serve for more demands of a lot of stakeholder, like user, builder on Bitcoin, ETH, and also BNB as well, especially when currently I think we all know that the Bitcoin ecosystem and ETH and also BNB making some kind of hype recently after Bitcoin reaching about over 70K for example. So we are in the good situation of building a good kickstart for your launching, and I hope and I wish the best for you guys for the upcoming launch. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing about the first questions, and we can dig deeper into some of other aspect of your ecosystem in the upcoming questions. So the second one we want to know more about how does Zeta Chain plan to address the challenges like associated with the integrating about diverse blockchain network into your ecosystem, and what benefit those expansions bring to the user and the developers. So you can divide it into two parts. The first one is about the address any challenges like you can mention by bullet report or some quick summary, for example. And the second one is about the core benefit for the user side and also for the developer side in some quick explanation. So Dennis or Alex, is any one of you can have us?
Yeah, I can start. So from a technical point of view, the challenges, um, the main challenge for a project like Zeta Chain that aims to connect all the chains and all the dApps is that not all chains support smart contracts. So that's why we don't see that many bridges, decentralized bridges to Bitcoin and to other chains like Dogecoin and maybe some other legacy chains that are still quite important, right? Um, and most interoperability solutions that feature cross-chain messaging require a counterparty chain to have smart contract support. That's not the case with Zeta Chain because thanks to the architecture of the Zeta Chain protocol, it doesn't need smart contract support, so it can connect virtually any blockchain in the world because the only thing that Zeta Chain needs is for a chain to support address token transfers. So multi-sig, that's all Zeta Chain needs. That's why we were able to add Bitcoin support pretty much as one of the first chains. And yeah, it's a very future-proof system. It also is very extensible because I know that some projects have difficulties implementing bridge contracts on chains like Solana because it requires a completely different approach to building contract, right? Some non-EVM chains can be a problem. Again, that's not the case with Zeta Chain because you pretty much the only thing you need, as I mentioned, is an address which is owned by validators of Zeta Chain, so it's decentralized and secure. And the logic of this interoperability is written in the off-chain program that validators run called Zeta Client, which ensures that all the connected chains are observed properly and that transactions coming out of Zeta Chain, right? So outbound transactions are signed by observer validators.
Perfect. And I think that from your explanation, we can understand more about, yeah, the challenges for the builders, like during a time, and also we can get a brief, maybe the big picture of what you solve for the problem, like bridging on the gaps and solve all the like challenging of all the chains, like building the cross chain, like for example, smart contract, to have support for the token transfers and all the other aspect that the builders want to solve in the industry. So good to know about this and so appreciate for all of the building that you already mentioned. But from you, you the sharing about the side of like we address a lot of challenges from the building assess and we give the solution for the builder and the user as well. So it's come to a questions like can you explain more about how Zeta Chain maybe trust model and the security like side of the ecosystem, because we all know that if all of the chains we have only like maybe one smart contract can have control everything to make it with ease, but how you can assure for the trust model and the security factor of the project, for example, and yeah, maybe for on that side.
Absolutely. So Zeta Chain is a sovereign blockchain with it's a proof of stake blockchain with its own validator set, and we have two types of validators. One is core validator, which is completely permissionless. Anyone can become a core validator. the primary function of core validators is to reach consensus on the contents of blocks to provide security for the network. It's your regular kind of proof of stake system. But the second type of validator are called observer signers, and they're very specific to Zeta Chain. What they do is they run nodes of all connected chains. They observe transfers on these chains and report them back to Zeta Chain. So it's not enough for a single observer validator to report an event. For each event, they vote on it to make sure that there is consensus between them. And once they observe an outbound transaction, they're also in charge of signing transactions from the protocol on a connected chain. So, for example, when a user wants to deposit tokens to Zeta Chain from Ethereum, a user sends ETH to a special address called TSS address owned by observer signer validators of Zeta Chain. Observer signer validators see this transaction coming in to the TSS address. They vote on this incoming transaction on Zeta Chain. And once this vote is completed, a wrapped version of this ETH is minted on Zeta Chain. It's called ZRC20 ETH, which is an ERC20 compatible token that is available on Zeta Chain, can be used in any contract you have. And the special thing about the CRC20 representation of the original asset is that it can be withdrawn to its original chain. So what this simple mechanism allows users to do is to deposit one asset, put it into a contract. The contract can execute logic and potentially have one or more outbound transactions withdrawing tokens. That's what allows apps like cross-chain swaps to exist and be very easy to use by end users, because they don't even see the wrapped assets. One asset is coming in and another native asset is coming out on the other chain. So yeah, the security kind of basics of the system is that these observer signer validators co-own TSS addresses on each chain. So each chain has only one TSS address. No single entity has access to the private key of this address. So fragments of this private key, each validator has only a fragment. And when they need to sign a transaction, they perform a TSS signing ceremony where they sign a single transaction, and that's basically how the system works. Each transaction currently is processed separately, and we're going to be improving that to increase throughput. But the system works remarkably well and allows a decentralized transfer of value and data between chains in a system that is dramatically more simple and streamlined compared to solutions that are based on cross-chain messaging.
Yeah, sure. Like 100% to agree that if we can build a very good and well organized like flows for all of the validators can support in the ecosystem, we can make about the trust model and the security factors can assure everything. So we are so totally agree with that. And also for everyone, if you want to know more, like for all the builders who still like listening to this space, so you can come into the data chain, like social media, and also their website or any documentations for the builder and also for validator as well. So you can check for more information about the trust model and the security to prove that, yeah, it's so good solution for you guys. So that is the third questions we already covered. So I hope that you already have a very like brief introduction about the ecosystem, how it work for the validator as well. So to come to the next question, still a little bit for the technical side. So sorry, Alex, maybe I will save like two more questions at the end of our first part for you. So this question still one more for Dennis. Hope that you can have the answer because they care more about like, because you already talk a lot about ecosystem, you talk about the how the build and support for the builder and how to ensure for the transporter and the security. So could you elaborate more on the tools and support that data chains provides to the developer to facilitate about the creation of the omni-chain, the apps, and how these tools like contribute to attracting a wider range of the developer to the platform. So can you have more clarify on the tools and what you profile, maybe you provide so detail for them. So can you have like explain more?
Um, Absolutely. So we have a lot of tools to help omni-chain dApp builders, uh, especially because it's a new paradigm on how to build dApps. We try to cover all the things that developers might need. So everything starts from a template that you clone on your machine, and then you import from a toolkit that has a lot of features for depositing tokens, withdrawing, tracking cross-chain transactions, using the faucet, querying balances, all the things that you might want are there. You can generate a new omni-chain contract with just a single command. We have a bunch of tutorials. On the ecosystem side, I'm sure Alex can talk more about this, but we have price oracles, we have subgraphs. Actually, tomorrow we're hosting a workshop with one of the data providers on Zeta Chain. So more projects are coming in. We have Particle Network as well. If you're interested in how to build NFT projects, we have a tutorial about that. That also includes a front end tutorial. We have many block explorers that cover different use cases. If you need an EVM specialized block explorer, you can use Block Scout or ZetaScan. There are also Cosmos-based explorers because Zeta Chain is both a Cosmos chain and an EVM chain. So depending on your use case, you might want to use a specific explorer. We have a bunch of RPC providers, both with public endpoints as well as private endpoints if you really need reliability. So yeah, it's going to take me forever to list all the things ZetaChain already has for developers, but I think if you're interested in building future-proof dApps, then I strongly recommend you check out our docs. You can get started as fast as 30 minutes with a simple tutorial, the introductory one, and then go on to more advanced ones that cover swaps, staking, NFTs, and pretty much anything you can think of.
Yeah, sure, 100%. And yeah, so one more reminder for all of the builders, if you are so interested in building on Zeta Team, so that takes some kind of minutes to come to like Zeta Team social media, like Twitters, and also their website as well, to dig deeper into very easy flow of the integrating and building as well. So don't forget to click about our speaker today account and also for Zeta Team Twitter space as well. So don't forget to do that so we can understand more. And apart from some kind of other technical questions, so I really want to come back with my friends like Alex here. So you already mentioned about the launch of Zeta Team mainnet after the beta will close. So can you have more explanation or provide more information about what should we look forward to, like maybe when Zeta Team 1.0 minute will launch? So is there any like information that all of our user and also our builder as well look forward? And also what are some kind of other campaigns that you guys will launch in the upcoming time to have boost up more like to acquiring for more builders and also for the builder as well, for the user as well. So please.
Sure. So I'll definitely talk more about what users on ZetaChain can expect. So obviously campaigns like these just to get a better sense of what ZetaChain does as well. Always love the protocol. But on a more serious note, what users can expect from ZetaChain is better user experience. So actually, and more tooling and more use cases. I'm sure Dennis will talk about this later on, but we also just recently launched our own tooling that allows you to launch NFTs that pretty much are able to take representation of native Bitcoin into NFT so that you're also able to create lending and other such use cases from it. This has been something that we just recently announced. But also, there will be on the user side, there will be a lot of incentives for users to take more part in our DeFi ecosystem, more to be announced on that. But yes, right now we do have our grants program, so developers who are building on Bitcoin, developers who are building on ZetaChain, and if you have any more innovative use cases, you're able to apply for a grants program here, and you're able to get some support from us. But overall, there are lots of things to be announced in the coming weeks that we've been holding off on. So I think there's a lot to look forward to that. But just keep in mind, a little hint over here that for ZetaChain, the real value add that we bring to the table is native Bitcoin and the smart contracts that we can bring to native Bitcoin as well as the omni-chain use cases. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
For sure. Thank you, Alex, for more like clarification for the case that we're mainly launching and also some of the key takeaways to get all of our audience here to remember in your mind. Okay, so Alex, some user already raised a question because they already read about your social media and Zeta team does launch about one another campaign during about that like beta test already launched. It's about like XP bonus with some kind of the like campaign with other wallet. Correct. If I'm wrong for this one, but the user already raised a lot of questions for the XP bonus and also like the campaigns with other wallet and also other like DeFi partner as well. So can you have clarify more about the campaigns and what are some kind of the things that Zeta team do with other like wallet partners?
Yes. So there's really two sides to it. So there's the campaigns that we do with our wallets and one we do with our ecosystem DApps. So on the wallets, we've been doing this even before we launched on mainnet. We've launched this with BitGet, OKX wallet, as well as some other wallets in the past as well. And even now, we're continuing our BitGet one as well. So what this allows users to currently do is we partner with some of our ecosystem DApps and um, if these users want to explore these ecosystem DApps, they're tasked to do a couple of things. Whether that could be doing some sort of action or exploring these ecosystem DApps, and they're rewarded in Zeta tokens. On Zeta Hub, which is our XP program, we partner with our ecosystem DApps to help users explore this omni-chain landscape and these omni-chain use cases. So right now we're partnered. We onboarded Eddy Finance, Zeta Earn, as well as several other XP programs or ecosystem DS into our XP program. So users are able to go on ZetaHub.io, which is our entire hub where we feature our XP program. We're able to swap and a lot of different things, be a part of governance as well. You're able to go on these XP tasks and do simple actions, whether that be a simple swap, a cross-chain swap, or being more deeply involved inside these ecosystem DApps, and you're also able to earn points, and these points will reward you in the future.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Alex, for clarifying. And I think that, yeah, your missions, what you are doing is so great to create maybe a very great dynamic playground for not only builders, not only some kind of other DeFi partners, but also for the end user as well. So appreciate about this. Thank you, Alex and Dennis, for the first part of all of the questions related to technicals and also some of the main launch in the upcoming time. So we can come to the second questions with some of the like maybe two questions from our community as well on Discord and also on Telegram as well. So I will read out loud two questions. The first one coming from the ID user ID named Neville. The question is that what are some kind of the partnership strategies that you are focusing on to help build more use case and bring more value for user and builders, any type of the partner that you prefer. So this one, I think Alex can help me. Apart from some World League partner, as you already mentioned, and some campaigns you already have with other partner related to World League, for example. So what are any type of the partner that you prefer or focus on to have a massive adoption of the Omni-chain, for example? So please.
Sure. So again, one of the things I talked about earlier was when it comes to current DApps right now, and what they do is they integrate one chain by one chain by one chain, and they do a multi-chain approach. So the problem is that this fragments users and this also fragments liquidity because these DApps have to source liquidity for every single chain that they're on. And we've seen this with a lot of DApps. So they may have stronger liquidity on one chain than another, and this actually creates more problems than the solutions. So we think about the value add that we bring to these projects, right? So whether that be the omni-chain side of things, where you're able to deploy one smart contract and immediately become cross-chain compatible, as well as being able to just source liquidity on just Zeta Chain, and also introducing these different other assets that you haven't been exposed to before, like Bitcoin. And then also it's the Bitcoin side and what we can do with that. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. So that's really our innovative use cases, right? So beyond the Zeta Chain integration, the Omni-chain integration, one of the most value add that we can bring for any DApp and any of our partners is to bring in native Bitcoin. So some of the projects and partners that we've been looking into and have been really finding interesting is really Bitcoin lending and borrowing, Bitcoin backed stable coins as well. So stable coins that are backed by native Bitcoin, um, other innovative Bitcoin products, or something that's very fun and casual, whether that be prediction market games, right? Where users are also able to bet on certain price movements of any other asset. And they're able to withdraw their earnings into whether our own gas asset or into these other native gas asset pools. So there are a lot of innovative use cases that we can do with native Bitcoin, as pretty much the same as what we've already been doing on the EVM side with other tokens as well. So these are definitely some of our current partnership strategies that we're focusing on to help build these innovative use cases and to bring more value to users and builders. We don't have a preference. It's important for us to stay neutral. So we just tend to look for good builders, good teams, and teams that have a really good vision and a mission. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Perfect. Perfect. So everyone, and I hope that Never already got the very satisfactions answer for this question. So yeah, if you are a builder, good idea, like good buildings, like developments, and also like good for some kind of orientations. So if you feel that the solution that Zeta Chain is providing and offering for you guys, so please contact to the Zeta Chain and also like join their grant as well, because currently they are support and incubate so many other like builders at you. So don't forget to do this. And yeah, that is the first question from the user ID Never. And the second one's regarding for from the user ID Poppins. I think that this question's already mentioned by Alex and also Dennis as well. But I think that maybe one more time you can like set down everything and make a very good reminder for all of the users, so they will not maybe misunderstanding between the platform or some kind of that. So the question is that like how many products or the services do you have in the Zeta team right now and its missions? So like because Alex does mentions about it's not about like the platform in a sense. So what are some kind of like the things like definitions? So how many products or services do you have right now? So and its missions as well.
Sure. So we have over 250 plus DApps on Zeta Chain. And if you go on our website, zetachain.com, you can click on the ecosystem tab and you're able to find all of our partners on the Zeta Chain ecosystem, categorized by different chains, DAOs, DeFi gaming, infrastructure, NFT wallets, and social and other such partners that we're partnered up with. So yeah, you can always go on our ecosystem page on zetachain.com and just look at all of our different partners.
For sure, for sure. Thank you so much. So, as we reach for the final of our panel discussion today, so a massive shout out and heartfelt thanks to our incredible panelists like Alex and Janice from Data Teams. So, you guys honor our audience. So, on 21st of March at like 8 p.m. UTC plus 8, so Hope Protocol will launch an alumni course about Zeta Team, and we hope that all of the information that Alex and Dennis share with you today will help you win for the leaderboard till the 28th of March and split about the big prize of 500 hook as well. So wish all the best for you, Alex, Dennis, Data Chains, and all of our hook community. So actually, any final words for our fantastic audience today? So Alex and Dennis, you can take turn to say some kind of other like messages to the builders and the users in our space right now.
Dennis, do you want to go first or should I?
Yeah, I mean, for all the builders listening right now, I think it's the best time right now to start to start learning more about OmniChain and building, because we have thousands of chains already and hundreds of the most important ones anyways, right? And you need to prepare your dApps for the future of the industry, where we'll have even more chains to think about, and you really don't want to be stuck in a paradigm that is not future proof. So yeah, for anyone who's building right now, I recommend check out our docs. And also, just a quick note: we are coming to South Korea at the end of this month. So please check out our Twitter for announcements. We'll have workshops, we'll attend events, panels, and after in early April, we're going to be in Hong Kong. So if you're in Asia, check out our socials to learn more about the upcoming events. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Dennis. Okay, I think that Hope Protocol will also have some kind of other movements and some kind of like other events during about in Korea and also in Hong Kong as well. So of course, like not only for alumni, not only for what we're sharing for educational purposes, but we think that Hope Protocol and also Data Teams, we have so many other like touching points and synergies to have more like upcoming partnership together to have onboarding and incubating for more like builders. So thank you, Dennis. And also your turn, Alex. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I think Dennis summed it up perfectly, actually. Yeah, for the users and builders on Zeta Chain, just focus on, just exactly the value add that we can provide, right? And think ahead. Um, and also the native Bitcoin smart contracts we introduced as well. And just the innovative use cases for the builders as well. It is a horizontal approach right now where you just do chain by chain approaches. Think about what you can do for our users and exactly how we're able to remove some of those fragmentations and problems and being able to improve the user experience. So just think about that as well. And echoing off of Dennis, our next event is in Korea. So if you're going to be there, please meet Dennis, say hi to him. We're always very approachable and looking forward to seeing what new dApps are being able to be built on Zeta Chain.
Yes, for sure, for sure. So appreciate for all of the things that you make for a good reminder for all of us. And I also totally agree with Dennis and Alex about, yeah, the point that it's a good time to build and seek for the revolutionary in this time. I think growth hacking is the best for building in the bull run as well, like in this period. So don't forget to follow like Data Teams, Alex, Dennis, also Hope Protocol to update for more ladies like collaborations and also the new things to support for the builders and also for the user as well. So one more time, thank you so much. Thank you, Alex and Janice. So have a great day and also great spirits to build up in the upcoming time. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.